Hi everyone, we're going to continue on with lesson 11. This is part 2. This is where we left off. So for lesson 11, bubble 8, for my class, I have asked you to choose 2 of the activities to complete. I will be going through all 4 just to show you, but you only need to do 2 for my class. So let's start with activity A. Update rotation, updating properties. This level combines some of the skills you've already seen. It's drawing ellipses in the background and also updating sprite properties. This time it's changing the sprite's sprite rotation property. Do this. This animation is already updating one sprite's rotation property to make it look like it's shaking. Run the program to see how it works. Add code to this program to make the other alien shake, just like the first. Move on when your program looks like the picture to the right. Okay. So basically we want the pink alien to also shake like the green alien. Let's take a look at our draw loop because that's where we add blocks to make things move inside the draw loop. They already have a background block that's black, a tiny little ellipse. That's what you see running around the screen. That's this ellipse that's super small. And then they have this green alien.rotation property for the green alien. And it's choosing a random number between -5 and +5. I don't know if you can see it. My face might be in the way. Let me zoom out a little bit. There. Random number -5 to +5. So how do we make our pink alien move like the green alien? What should we add? Hopefully you said something about rotation. Yeah, so we need to add the rotation block and pretty much do the same thing that is already here for the green alien, but instead of saying labeling this green alien, it should be pink alien. So let's grab that rotation block, sprite.rotation, change the label. This one is for pink alien. Double check that spelling and capitalization. It should match the label in line 10, the name, the variable name. Then math, random number, and we're going to use the same range, -5 to +5. And now they're both going back and forth. They're so cute. That's it. Let's go ahead and click finish. Moving on to activity B. Debug blurry sprite. Let's see what's going on here. So debug blurry sprite. What we expected it to do to shake around. What's happening is there's this blurry shaking. We have the old versions, right? Every time a new one is created, you can see the old ones. So let's check out what is happening in our code. Use the clues to try to find the bug. Once you found it, fix the program so it shakes like the image in the right. So here we have our draw loop, and all of our blocks are in the draw loop. If we think back to one of the earlier bubbles, I mentioned that the lesson mentioned that there are some blocks that you would keep on the outside of the draw loop because you only need to run them once. And there's some blocks that you keep on the inside of the draw loop because you want the computer to run those blocks or run those commands every time. So do you see any blocks in our draw loop that we should move to the outside of the draw loop? So there are actually 2 blocks, which are our variable create sprite and set animation. We only need to create the sprite one time. So I'm going to move that create sprite block outside and set animation outside. We only need to create this variable or this sprite once, and then we go into our draw loop. In our draw loop, we draw the background and then change the X and Y position of our blender, draw the sprite, and do that over and over and over. When you click run, that should fix your issue. Okay. Go ahead and click finish, continue. Activity C, debug, repeated animation. This bubbly sprite should have multiple frames of animation that repeat, but it seems to stop almost immediately. Do this. Sprite what I expected it to do, we expected that the sprite animates smoothly, right? Multiple bubbles, but then it stops. What it's doing instead, the sprite has after image and stops animating. Yeah. So run this program to see the bug. Use the sprite clues to try to find the bug. So here you can click on this arrow and it will give you some hints. Some levels in Game Lab will let you use multi-frame animations with your sprites, which makes them seem like they are moving. Whenever you use these animations, make sure to add a background block to the start of your draw loop. Otherwise, it will look like the sprite isn't moving since all the frames will draw on top of each other. Oh, okay. So here we have our animation tab. We have multiple frames, and that's what's making it move like one smooth thing. So using multiple frames, they're being overlaid on top of each other in a loop, and that's how we get this animation here. But when we do the code here, all the animations are being drawn on top of each other. So after the first 4 animations are drawn, the rest of them are just being drawn on top of each other. So it doesn't look like there's a difference because they're landing in the same exact spot. So you're not noticing a difference. And we need to add a background block so that once the animation is drawn once, it covers it up, then it does it again. Background, animation, background, animation. So you're always seeing it move. Let's go ahead and grab that background block. You can set any color you want. I'll keep it at white. If you want to choose a different color, you can. Actually, let's do, I don't know what a good color would be. Ooh, yeah, either way. White is the default. But that's all you need to do. You just need to add that background block so that the background block covers up the old version of the animation. And it looks like it's moving with bubbles. Finish. And last activity, again, for my class, you only need to pick 2 of these activities, but I'm going through all of them because I don't know which 2 you're going to pick or you have picked. Activity D. Our sprite is not moving. Debug why the sprite is not moving even though we updated its position in the draw loop. What we expected it to do is to shake around. What it's doing instead is not moving at all. So run the program to see the bug. Use the clues to try to find the bug. So let's take a look at our draw loop. We have blender.x, random number, blender.y, random number. What's missing inside the draw loop? If you're feeling stuck, click on hint. Where is the draw sprites placed in the code? So right now, our draw sprites block is outside of the loop in line 4. Where should it go? We should put it inside of the draw loop. Yes, because when it hits, so what's happening when it's on the outside, you're telling the computer, hey, number 1, create a sprite. Number 2, attach an animation or set an animation. Number 3, set the background color to light yellow, and now draw the sprite. So that's happening first. Then it goes into the draw loop. In the draw loop, you're telling the computer, choose a random X and Y position for the sprite, but the computer is not being told to draw the sprite. So we actually need to tell the computer to draw the sprite inside of our loop. That's step 1. And now there's one more thing we need to fix because here we have all the old versions. We need to move this background block inside of our loop so that that background is constantly covering up the old version and you don't see all that fuzziness in the background. Run. And it looks like there's just one animation the entire time. But really it's a new picture each time in a different position, creating like a flipbook effect. All right, go ahead and click finish. Continue. And this is our last bubble for today, number 9. Go ahead and move on to number 9. Number 9, I will be grading, so I will not be going through it completely. I will read the instructions, but it will be up to you to show me that you understand what we are learning today. So updating properties. This level is very similar to the last, but this time you'll add the draw loop yourself. Do this. Add the new draw loop block to the bottom of this program, move any blocks that you need to be inside the draw loop, move on when your program looks like the picture to the right. So we want to make our shaker shake up and down, which is the Y coordinate. So I'm giving you a little hint here. This is very similar to practice problem, I guess D, where we have our function draw loop, and we have some blocks inside that we had to move inside, cough cough background block, cough cough draw sprites block. And then for this one, both the X and the Y were random. In ours, in bubble 9, excuse me, in bubble 9, we want the sprite, the shaker, to move up and down, which is the Y direction. So it should have a random Y coordinate, and it's going to be up to you to choose what range that's going to be. All right, so again, first thing you need to do is add that draw loop and think about what blocks need to go inside your draw loop. And then what property are we changing for this salt shaker, right? If it's going up and down, I've already said it, sprite.y. Don't forget to change the name. You need to use random number, right? I'm not finishing it for you. I'm just giving you the foundation here, and it's up to you to change things so that it actually looks like the picture shown in the instructions. So again, this needs to be changed. These values need to be changed. And there are some blocks that need to be moved into the draw loop, right? But go back and review the other bubbles if you need to. Look at those examples, what blocks are inside your draw loop, what blocks are on the outside, and use those examples to help you solve bubble 9, right? With that said, we are done with part 2 of lesson 11. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in class, or you can send me a message on Schoology. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I will see you in class or in the next video. Goodbye.